I don't know what, 17, 18 Saturdays. So it's sort of become my routine every Saturday morning. But it's still a pleasure. It's great to see familiar names. It's great to welcome new names, and I hope we will keep you know having enough content to tempt you back. Um, Before we start, I want to do my usual two questions. Tell me your age profile and tell me your investment experience. So, Prabal, would you mind putting up the questions, please? And while we wait for the questions, the questions are here. Look, it's entirely optional. If you don't wish to answer, that's fine. I just want to know, what kind of audience I am talking to. I always feel very happy when I see 50 plus because I sort of, feel I'm in good company. But it's good to see people with some investment experience. Great. So for those of you who may not be able to see it, 20 to 25 is 10%, 25 to 30 is 20%, 30 to 47 is 17%, 40 to 50 is 30%, and 50 plus is 23%. So 53% of our people here today are over 40. So, and Prabal, can we have the same question on investment experience, please? So how many years of investment experience do you have? Less than one, 1 to 3, 3 plus. Again, thank you. This looks like a pretty even split.
Yeah.
Leaning a bit towards less than 1 year, but 1 to 3 is 32. There's not much of a difference. So it's pretty one third, one third, one third. Okay, thank you. No more questions. Let's get back to what we are talking about. So today's subject is a part of an actual series, and this series really came from all the feedback we get from you. So some of you know we have a very active and very um, busy community on WhatsApp. We've just created a new one on Telegram. Again, I invite all of you to join. If you join, please just send a message to support@bridgeweave.com, or Prabal will send you a link. Now, in the community, if I look at the kind of questions that are being asked, many of them are around, okay, InvestorAi is giving us great signals. How do we understand them? And from the questions, it is clear to me that the signals are generally understood, but not in a very detailed fashion. So today's session is really a deep dive into one algo, which we call Alpha 330. It is a hugely powerful algo. It has so many applications, and there are some really interesting things I'm going to tell you about it today. So before we go in, I came across this quote which made me laugh. What it says is, this is John Bogle, founder of Vanguard. So big man, he really changed the industry by coming up with index investing, low-cost index investing. And he says, don't look for the needle in the haystack. Just buy the haystack. Now, I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I don't agree with this notion. I think this is a foolish thing to do. If you want one bedroom, why would I buy a 6-bedroom house and waste my money? So for in my mind, yes, I can see why he's saying that, because you have to research 100 companies to find the 2 companies that you actually want to buy. So if there's a cheap way to buy all 100, then buy all 100. Some will do well, and generally you'll be all right. I think this is a very old-fashioned way of looking at things when number crunching, analysis were not so easily possible. Today with AI, and more particularly InvestorAI, you don't need to do this. You can actually find the needle. You can find many needles, no matter how much haystack there is. Okay, so so I came across this and I thought I'd have a little laugh and share it with you, because today's technology has made statements like this meaningless. So now let us go into it. Many of you have heard me talk about this before. U plus AI to the power of time is your superpower. This is not a needle in the haystack. Everybody has it. Okay, you just have to have the desire and the discipline to follow. And as some of you know, U is about knowledge and discipline, understanding the market, understanding the company, understanding your goals, knowing what you're doing. AI is about improving your batting average, in particular with InvestorAi, and we'll show you today's session is aimed at just that. And T is about leveraging the power of time and starting early. 1/3 of you are below 25, so you got time on your side, guys. And I again want to keep emphasizing this: developing good investment habits. Read as much as you can, talk to as many people you can. The more opinions you get, the more informed you will be. Don't take everybody's opinion at face value. Use your own judgment filter. Okay? Understand the market. Keep asking why this is happening. And again, I refer to some of the questions of the community. It is obvious to me that the people asking the questions haven't actually understood the company. They're just saying, tell us the signal and we'll follow. That will get you into trouble, guys. Don't just follow the signal. You have to understand, kya kharid rahe ho, kya bech rahe ho. Without that, a signal is just a signal. You think of it as a traffic light. A green light means you can go forward. But should you go forward? That depends what your goals are and where you're going. So bear that in mind. Thirdly, form your own view on the market and each company. So important. So important. Then fourth point is understand how to interpret InvestorAI signals. They are your best tools. And you have to remember, and today's session is aimed exactly at that. And if you use InvestorAI enough, you will build muscle memory. In one glance, you'll be able to tell, whether this is interesting or this is not interesting. Finally, invest in yourself before you invest in the market, because that investment in knowledge and learning is the one that is going to give you the highest returns in your life. Not any stock, not any portfolio, not any fund. Okay. And lastly, you will make mistakes, guys, and treat every mistake as an opportunity to learn about yourself. Okay. So today we are talking about InvestorAI signals. And if you look at the ideas corner page, it's got buy and hold ideas, it's got momentum ideas, it's got quarterly results, short-term ideas, and so on and so forth. Today, we are picking just one, okay? Alpha 330 equity. And this algo has only one purpose: to find stocks that can deliver a 3% return in 30 days. That is all it is supposed to do. If it does that, it is a hero. Okay. You will see another Alpha 330 to the side of it called Alpha 330 ETF. I will show you when I go to the app later today. I will show you how it works. It's a very new algo. I'm not spending so much time on it, not because it is not good. It's a very, very good algo, but because it covers ETFs in US and UK. And I think most of you will not have the LRS account set up to be able to buy. So I didn't think it would be of too much interest. But if it is, please tell us in the community and we will gladly do one. But I'll go through it so you know what we are doing. So today's subject is Alpha 330 equity. Okay. And when you open the algo, when you click on Alpha 330, there are four screens you should know about. The first one is a quick explanation, a pop-up that tells you what is it that you're looking at. So it tells you it's a momentum investing algo. And this algo utilizes our AI-based alpha score to identify stocks with positive upward momentum that can deliver an absolute 3% return within 30 days. That is a 36% annualized return. Very, very good. And insights are matched to your sector and market preferences. So if you haven't selected US market, you will never see anything from the US market. Similarly with sectors, so check your preferences, make sure it's all correct, and then look at it. When you don't have to see this every time. Just click on Don't Show Again, and then you will not see this screen again. You will see 12 latest algos as default, okay, that match your preferences. You can sort or filter them in any way you like. You can say, show me all, you can show me only unread, show me only gainers, and so on and so forth. So you have full choice of what you want to see. You can then say, take all the unread and sort them in order of returns. So wo bhi kar dega. So this is just for you to filter. And there's a little more button at the bottom and you can get more. Some people have asked me that what is the color coding between red and white? So why is one tile red and one tile is white? Can you please explain? So let me just explain that a little bit. There is a current logic that we are using that is going to change in about 3 weeks time. Okay, and I think the changed one is going to be very powerful. But today, if you have red and inside, it becomes white. If you have not read the inside, the tile stays red. So it is just your inbox and unread messages and read messages. What we are changing to, because you will see me talk about the signals later on, red tiles will indicate insights where signal is live. White tiles will indicate insights where signals are not live, but were generated some time ago. So, but as of today, they are not live. So that is the change that is coming. I'll talk about it when it comes. But for now, think of the red tiles as insights that you have not seen, and the white ones are the ones you have seen before. Then you have an accuracy button. So you'll see this bullseye button on the top banner next to the bell icon. If you click on that, it will show you these numbers change every day because we recalculate them every day. But what this is telling me that Alpha 330 equity algo has created 657 signals across all markets. But you may not see them if you haven't subscribed to all markets. If you have not switched, if you're only looking in India, this will be a smaller number, maybe 100, maybe 70. I don't know. I don't know what the India number is. But this is across all markets. It has, in the last 30 days, it has worked at 74% accuracy. So it is right 3 times out of 4. And if theoretically you had bought every single signal and held it for 30 days, you would have made 5.2% return in the 30 days. That is also very good. So these are the 3 things that we track for every algo. We track accuracy, which is the accuracy number that you see. We track performance, which is indicated by the returns number. And we calculate productivity as to how many insights it is surfacing, which is the 657 number. So these are the 4 important things on when you get into the algo. If you click on any particular insight, you will see a page like this. And I know this looks a bit messy, but let me explain. So this is a company that is listed on NASDAQ called Roku. Okay, it's trading at $430.94, and the insight date is 25th June. So the top banner, top section shows you the details of the stock. The next row has 3 tiles: signal, similar stocks, and snapshot. Each is a page. This is the signal page. That's why the signal tile is red. And it says current signal is low. Okay. And I will explain that in a minute. Below that, you will see a little table with some text on top which says signal details as the title. And that tells you that what is the signal doing? It has identified Roku as a stock that has a high propensity to deliver threshold return, which is 3% in this case, within a 30-day period. Signal date, it was generated on the 16th of June. So, about a week ago. Returns since inception. So since 16th of June, this stock has rocketed up. It's gone up 28%. Okay, so this, I really wish I had bought this on 16th of June, even though I don't know who Roku is. Then we keep every signal open for 30 days. So this is a 9-day-old signal. So therefore, it's got 21 more days to go. And the current status is that there is no signal. So, and we will talk a little bit about what this might mean for you in terms of actions. But let's just understand the page first. Then below that is signal history. So we tell you if there has been a signal on Roku in the last 12 months. In this particular case, there has been no signal. And finally, the most interesting little graph, which shows signal strength. And there is a shaded area, and sometimes the red line goes above the shaded area, sometimes it goes below. Anything below is a no signal territory. Anything above is a live signal territory. So This signal was live about 8-9 days ago. It has now, and the the strength of the signal changes every day because the prices changes, they change every day, the market changes every day, market conditions change every day, the indices change every day. So we recalculate it every day. And we just tell you that aaj hai ya nahi hai. That is all we are showing here. Now, the way to think about this, when the signal is high, chances are that this stock will deliver you 3% in 30 days. So it would be a good time to buy if you like the stock. If the signal is low, then there are two possibilities. One is it has already gone up as it was supposed to, which is the case here. So this has met the 3% target handsomely. Okay, now the signal has fallen. So ab khareedne se kya fayda? Because whatever price gain that was going to happen has happened. So I would not buy this stock because firstly the signal is low, and secondly it has now 9 days it has gone up 28%. So chances of it going up again are very low. But I may say, okay, this is a very interesting company. I did not know about this company. Let me track this company in case signal comes up in the future. And for that, we have the active monitoring button, which you will see in the bottom. And I will talk about this in a little while. So this is what is going on in this page. And again, please bear in mind signal strength. It only shows you how signal strength has moved up and down over the last 30 days. Okay? It is just an information point. It is not actually, it's not telling you whether to buy or to sell or something. Some people ask me that once we have made 3%, should we sell? That I can't answer. It depends what your portfolio targets are. Okay, so anyway, the next page is a very, very interesting page where we show similar stocks. Sorry. The similar stocks is where our app begins to act like Netflix. Okay, and it is telling you that if you are interested in Roku, which you are, because otherwise why would you be looking at it? There are 8 similar companies that you should be aware of. Okay, so if you look, let's look at the semicircular chart here. So the center of the semicircle is small cap. The next concentric ring is mid cap, and the outer one is large cap. So it sorts out between mid cap, large cap, and small cap. Now, please notice declining and improving words on the two sides of that chart. If the stock is towards the right, then the signal is improving. If the signal is towards if the stock sign is to the left, then the signal is declining. Roku is declining. Okay. Churchill Downs and Service Corporation (SCI) are improving signals. So those are the two you should be paying attention to. And as you can see below, Churchill Downs already up again at 21st June signal. So very recent, and it's already up 3.4%. And Service Corporation is the older signal, it's up to 2%. So this is what is going on this page. There is one little thing, you will see the question mark in various parts of the app. Whenever you click on it, you will get a little pop-up that explains to you what is going on that page. Okay, so I hope this is clear, and if not, you can always ask me questions at the end, and I will be able to cover it. The last page on every insight is what we call a snapshot. This is just to give you a little more information about the company. It tells you which sector it is in. So Roku is in media and leisure. Market cap is large cap category. 1 year performance is bloody fantastic, 248%. Wow. And beta is 1, which means it's not any more or less volatile when compared to the market. And as you can see, this stock has done so much better than index. I mean, this is a fantastic, fantastic signal, because what this is telling me, the historical performance chart, that this is a company that has the same volatility, therefore risk, as the market, as the index, but gives you phenomenally higher returns. How can you complain? Then two little things to look at. At the top, you will see the accuracy button, the bullseye, and all you have to do is touch it, and then you will see all the accuracy numbers. The notifications icon is the bell icon. And again, all you have to do is touch it, and then you'll see unread signals, and you'll see some cool things. You'll see webinar notifications. You'll see your profit alerts, loss alerts. I'll show this to you when we will go into the app. And finally, the 4 squares is the menu button. I know it's not a very common rendering of the menu button, but it is what it is for design reasons. So that's the top banner. At the bottom, you have a fairly standard thing. There is a trade button that we have added. Actually, now it is, as of today, it is there for all stocks, Indian stocks, US stocks, etc. So you can buy it through Indian brokers, you can buy it through international brokers. We are really now beginning to go international. There is monitor, that's the active monitoring or tracking button that I had talked about. There is live info, which takes you into Google Finance. There is play, which allows you to compare Roku with some other company. And there is share, which allows you to send this particular screenshot on WhatsApp, on Telegram, or any social media that you want. You can post it on Facebook if you like. Okay, so I hope this gives you an idea of Alpha 330 in some detail. I will go into the app and then you will see it in a minute. People ask me, how is InvestorAi different? And my answer is always that there are many information providers. Some of them are very, very good in India and other places. But other information providers tell you what has happened. InvestorAi tells you what is likely to happen. So all our signals are predictive in nature. And the thing with predictive signals, they're only as good as the accuracy of the predictions. And that is why we publish the accuracy. Imagine if you went to your family Jyotishi, and when he said and read your horoscope, before he read your horoscope, he told you that, my accuracy rate is 73%. Okay, nobody tells you that. They don't even know. They don't even track. And chances are the accuracy rate is never 73%. But if he told me that, I would feel very confident about it. If I believed him, of course, that I would feel very comfortable talking to him. So that is why we publish accuracy, because we measure, we track, and we sort of do it all the time. Now, I told you that Alpha 330 is very, very important for us because we use it in many places. We use it in the equity algo that I just showed you. We use it in the ETF algo, which I will show you very quickly. In the ETF case, what we do is we look at the underlying holdings of the ETF. They're all equities. And then we calculate the alpha signal for underlying, and we average it up at the top at the ETF level, and then see if the ETF has enough alpha to show a signal. That is very, very unusual. I think we're the only people in the world doing something like that. And it's very, very powerful. We also use the alpha signal in new age themes, if you've seen it, and it's used in various other places. So it's a really quite a critical piece of kit that is in our engineering here. Before I close the presentation and I move on to the app, I want to show you, I want to talk a little bit about lots of new things that have come into the app in the last 2 weeks. Okay, some of you may be aware, some of you may not be aware, so I want to highlight. So firstly, there is a referral program with cashback on introductions. So this is our way of saying thank you and rewarding our subscribers for referring us to other people who want to subscribe. Please do that. I would encourage you to help us, and we will be very grateful. And we will find we'll find many ways to say thank you to you, because that is really, really important for us. We have launched a new homepage, which I hope you've seen. It's got a bunch of new things. We've added profit and loss alerts to active monitoring, so you can set your own profit limits and loss limits. There is a new notifications page, which then shows you if you've got an alert. There is a configuration section on the homepage, so you can configure the Ideas Corner view that you might want. So there's a whole bunch of things you can do. And today, I'm going to show you the new active monitoring screen that we have launched. It is a really, really nice screen. I wasn't happy with the old screens. Nobody had complained, but I knew those screens were not of sufficient quality for us. And we have really upgraded them, and I hope you will like what you see. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to phone at the moment, so you can see my app.
While you get that up, Akshay, just a quick comment from Sriram, which I definitely want to, mention right here. So he says these type of detailed sessions and method, the explanations by Akshay are fantastic. Even if one is regularly using Alpha 330, these sessions do throw up newer aspects that one may, not be leveraging fully. And of course, he says whoever created these slides did a great job. So I just told him that these slides were created by the chairman himself.
Sriram, we are a very small company. You think you have a team of people creating slides? No way. We are a startup. Sab haath se karna padta hai. So we are very self-sufficient. But thank you for your comment. I think that's, as always, very thoughtful and very insightful. And you're very, very right, Sriram. Because we, even I sometimes have to ask somebody that I'm seeing this on the screen, what does it actually mean? Because there is so much analysis and engineering that has gone behind what we are showing you, that it is always useful to refresh your mind. And there is a ton of stuff in Alpha 330, and we are adding stuff all the time. So the app is improving every week if something happens. So anyway, let me come back to it. Let me. I talked about Alpha 330, so you've seen this. You've seen this. This is exactly what I showed you. I have my selections are UK and US. I will switch on India now, so keep it open. So I talked about profit and loss limit. So if you go to active monitoring, this is now a new tile which wasn't there 2 weeks ago. So if you go and click here, you can set the default limits for a loss alert and a profit alert. And you can set them as default. So I don't want to change mine because these are my limits. So I do that, and then I talked about the configure view. So you can actually say, show me a long-term investor view, show me a trader view. So if you say select trader, then you will see only the tiles in red. The white ones will not be shown to you. So let me just say yes. And it's very easy. You can change it anytime. So now if I go to ideas corner, you can see I'm only seeing these 6 tiles. The ones that I chose not to see are not visible to me. I spoke to you about Alpha 330 ETF. Let me just go into it and show you how it works. So this is momentum investing with ETFs. So let me just pick any one. I will just pick VDT. So this is Vanguard Mid Cap Growth ETF, and it's got a high signal. It was signal came on 27th of May. So this is almost a month old, but it's still high. And since then, the ETF has gone up 5.7%. So as you can see, the signal was high, then it went down. Now it's come back. So maybe this is a good time to buy. I don't know. Thoda research karna padega. Now look at constituents. It shows you look-through analysis of the underlying holdings. So the future outlook, you will be familiar with this chart, multi-factor rank chart from our value investing algo. So future outlook, very good. Consensus view, okay. Valuation, not great because price has gone up. And expense ratio is very good. So, and these are the holdings it has, the top 5 securities. And this is a snapshot of the ETF. It's a mid-cap growth ETF, 22 billion in AUM, and expense ratio of 7 basis points. Man, this is very attractive, really, really attractive. So, and this is how it has done. So it's again a very similar logic, but applied in a slightly different situation. I want to show you.
Akshay, can we take an Indian stock example? Actually, somebody here, 2-3 people have just asked us for an Indian stock.
We can take Indian stock. ETF we can't because it covers only US.
Yeah, once we come to that
but
part.
Let me take Alpha 330. I think MMFL is an Indian. Yeah, no, this is NSE. So this is Forgings Limited. Okay, currently trading at 688 rupees. Signal is high. 8 similar stocks. So this signal came up just a week ago. And I picked up pretty much at random because it was the first name. So I didn't sort of plan on showing this, but it's a good thing to see. So this signal was generated on the 18th of June, so 1 week ago. It has gone up 15.7% already. Okay, and the signal is still active. And as you can see, the signal, again, keeps going up and down. As of now, it is up. So what this is saying that stock may still have some propensity to go further. I don't know. If something has gone up 15% in 1 week, and this is telling me it's going to go even further, I need a little bit more research before I, actually go and buy this. So it's entirely up to you. I talked about this question mark, so let me show you. If I click on the question mark, it then tells you what you're seeing on the page. And the question mark is quite contextual because what you see changes depending on what page you are. And I talked to you about the trade button. So if you can just buy, you click on this and it takes you to a gateway where you could go to your broker account, and wherever your broker account is, you can buy. Again, very easy, roughly, I can't precisely remember the numbers, but roughly on an average day, roughly 22% of people who log in actually buy through our app. So it's something that is very, very attractive and very useful for everyone. Okay. I talked to you about similar stocks. So it's showing you 8 similar stocks. And like I said, the ones on the left is where the signal is declining, and ones on the right is where the signal is improving. So EID parry is one where it is improving, and the signal is very, very recent. It came on the 25th of June. The stock hasn't moved up or down, but the signal is high. If you want to go to EID parry from here, go to the chart, and only on the chart, not on the list. On the chart, if you click EID parry, it will take you to EID parry. Okay, don't click from the list because that does not work. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you. I had talked about the new homepage. So this is what the new homepage is. By the way, there is one very tiny administrative feature which you can use. Now, getting started, we put on the top because many new people want to see the demo and it is important to see it. But I may say, once I have seen it, I don't really want this at the top. So I can actually move this. If you hold your finger on the 3 buttons on the right-hand side, it allows you to move the position of this section to lower. So now it has come to the bottom. So you can reorder this, what you are seeing. So if you think you want to move it even lower, you can simply keep moving it and keep going down, and can be right at the bottom. So next time you log in, it will not be at the top. So it's just an easy little thing. I talked about active monitoring. That's what I want to show you. So I'm going to take, do I have an Indian stock I'm tracking? Probably Adani Green Energy. This is actually an interesting stock. So now you can see same information, but laid out slightly differently. The top banner has become very much like the inside. So it shows you NSE, shows you date, shows you price, current price, and so on. First section is price performance. So it shows you price performance for the stock over the last 3 months. And the stock this is how it has moved. Now, changes in the stock since I started monitoring. So firstly, I started monitoring on 18th of June. And the multi-factor rank is 2%. And then it shows me status of my alerts. Now, very interesting. My profit alert and my loss alert have both been met. And it's an unusual situation, but quite a possible situation where the stock is quite volatile. There are no live insights at the moment. There are no past insights, but there are 2 similar stocks. So this is a new thing we have added. You can see similar stocks. So CESC and Gas Authority, there is an insight on. One is in swing trades and the other is in value investing. And the value investing for CESC came up on the 12th of April, so it's quite old because value investing stays open for 90 days. And swing trade is very recent. Gale came up on 24th of. And similar stocks, in case you're wondering, is really stocks within the same sector as the company you're looking at. And then it shows you a spider chart comparison, which you're very familiar with. The red shape is Adani and the gray shape is the market. And as you can see, this company is not doing very well on pretty much any criteria except historic performance. So that's what is. So this is the active monitoring screen. It shows you a lot more, and in a way that is, we think it's more helpful to you. So I'm not going to go on any further. I'll just show you, just in case. Yeah. So I'm going to stop here and take questions. Okay.
Great. Thanks, Akshay. We've got a few questions. I'm just going to start with Mridit. The question he actually asks is, I have searched for some stocks on the app, but can't track them. So do you cover every stock listed on the NSE and BSE? And while Shailesh has answered, Akshay, if you want to just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So I think Shailesh may have given you the answer. We don't cover every stock on the NSE or LSE because we need a certain critical mass of information before we can create all the analytics, and the model needs a certain level of information. So the stock has to be of a certain size. So if it's a really small cap or micro cap and all, then we won't cover it because there's no analyst coverage and we can't tell you what the analysts are saying and so on. The other thing is that it has to be listed for long enough. So, if the company has only IPO'd in the last 3 months, we will not have any estimates, we will not have some of the data. So we won't be able to cover stocks that are recent IPOs. I think maybe 3 to 6 months after IPOs when you should expect the stock to show up in InvestorAi.
Okay. Mridit, also at the moment, index futures we do not cover. So I'm just answering that
Futures are
question
options
for you.
We don't.
Yeah.
But where we do overlap with F&O market is the swing trade ideas that we show you are only for the stocks that are included in F&O. Because otherwise we can't show you a short signal and so on.
Okay. Ajay has a question. Do you wait for any retracement to buy the stock, or do you buy it straight away if you see strong signals?
See, Ajay, a strong signal is a strong signal. It is just telling you the signal is strong today. Aapko kya karna hai, that is up to you. Okay, we go to great lengths to not give you advice that this is good time for you to buy. We just tell you that this is the signal is strong, so chances of the stock delivering a return are high. Whether you want to buy now, you want to wait, that is dependent on your research. And I go back to the statement I made. It is always you plus AI. It is not you or AI. So whatever AI is telling you, whatever InvestorAi is telling you, no matter how good it is, no matter how sensible it looks, please overlay this with your own judgment and decision, because one cannot substitute the other.
In continuation to that, Vinod asks, if we buy a stock when the signal is strong and can exit if the signal decreases, even if the 30 days hold is not reached.
Yes. So see, the way we calculate the accuracy, the way we think about this, forget accuracy, the way we think about this algo, it's a 30-day signal, because longer the period, the less accurate the prediction becomes. So the 30-day we have very high confidence in. Now, the prediction is not that it will reach 3% at the end of 30 days. The prediction is that it will cross 3% and sometime within the 30 days. So if the stock has delivered the 3% and you're happy with it and you don't believe it's going to go further and the signal is low, please, yes, you should exit. But it could also be that, you really like the company. You have always waited for a point where the price time to buy was right. And having bought the company, you want to hold it for the longer term, in which case the signal then doesn't matter. So it is really based on what you think about the stock and what you think about the market and how it fits your portfolio.
Okay. Sriram asks us, when it says similar stocks, it is not necessarily from the same sector or industry. So what exactly are the similarity parameters? For some of the examples that you showed, Akshay, when you were showing us Forgings and ED Parry. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he wants to know, so what are the parameters when we
Yeah.
say
So
similar
the
stuff?
primary parameter, Sriram, is the sector, and there are other classifications we can follow, but for simplicity's sake, I would say think of these are stocks in the similar sector, and I can see Shailesh has just given you a little bit more detailed answer.
Prem says, and he's actually, this message is to everyone. He says, hi all, it's a wonderful app and it will be more reliable. He says it's a wonderful app, but he also has a follow-up. He says, if you can show predictions and actual performance post 30 days of the signal, is that possible?
We don't show it today. I don't know whether it's you even want to see it, because just see, Alpha 330 generated 650 signals. Okay, and that is in 30 days. If we keep showing signals beyond 30 days, it'll become, there'll be noise. And of course, if you want to track any particular security beyond 30 days, you are free to do so. So I think for us to show beyond 30 days, it sort of it doesn't really help the cause. But wait a minute. One way you can track it, if you put it in active monitoring. So if you say monitor, then it will always be there till you cancel it.
Yes.
Beyond 30 days. So, and then it will keep tracking for you. So you can almost kind of do it yourself. But as a general means of showing beyond 30 days, I don't know if it has a great deal of value.
Okay. Rohit Mago asks, and Rohit, thank you. We've seen you extremely active on the community with a lot of your questions. His question, Akshay, is sometimes when he sets the preference to India, the search is auto suggesting US stocks. So he's just asking us to check that once.
No, but you have not selected US, I imagine.
He has not selected US, Akshay. So he's saying even when he selects India as the preference,
and only
he ends up saying, and only India. Yeah.
He ends up seeing US stocks. In which
on
algo
auto suggest.
would it be? I don't know, Rohit. I'm not. Let's pick it up in the community.
We'll take it up. Actually, we'll take it up. Rohit, we will actually reach out to you and we'll just check, because it shouldn't happen. If you have selected just India as your preference, all the stocks that are going to get auto-suggested, you're going to just see our Indian universe of stocks.
But Rohit, it's possible that, see, in value investing, swing and Alpha 330, if you've only selected India, you should not see anything else, including quarterly and technicals and stuff. But if you go to ETF, you will see foreign ETFs. If you go to new age themes, you will see international names, because those are they are not restricted to India or anything. So I'm not clear what it is that you're seeing. We'll pick it up offline and sort it out.
Ratnesh asks, what is the threshold ranking?
Threshold ranking. So the threshold is just if you're referring to the phrase within the first page of Alpha 330, then the threshold refers to 3%. Okay, because it is saying that it shows a high probability of crossing the threshold return within 30 days. The threshold return we use for purposes of Alpha 330 is 3%.
Akshay, on the same thing, Vinod has actually, I think, is just asking us to reiterate what is the exact meaning of a signal is strong? What parameters are measured? I know you covered it in detail, but is there, one or two points we want to just...
Okay, I'm going to request Sarthak to answer that. Let me just give you my answer, then Sarthak will give you a little more detail. So the way the algo calculates, it computes what is it doing? It is calculating the probability of the stock giving you a 3% return in 30 days. Now, what factors does it use to calculate that probability? That's sort of what you're asking. Well, there are many factors, and literally dozens and maybe even more factors. And it assigns a weightage to each of those factors. The weightage we assign depends on what the machine thinks at that particular time. That is where the intelligence comes in. But I will ask Sarthak to add to that.
Yeah, thanks, Akshay. So guys, just to look at the process of, an algo build, typically we start off close to 800 or 900 features in the beginning. And that's, again, everything from fundamentals, technicals, up capture, down capture, volumes, international market performance, overnight, emerging market performance. All of that are essentially put in the model. We do very detailed feature selection that actually helps us identifying which parameters are having very high predictability power. And once we know, let's say out of 900, this 60 or this 80 for this certain prediction are really, really powerful, we put that into a model and then we tune it. So, the thing is, like Akshay said, it can be a very broad list. And as with most things with AI, you cannot look at one feature in isolation, but all the features together to understand the prediction.
Yeah. So, Shruti, I'm conscious of time. Let's just take one more question, and then I have something I want to share with the group.
Okay. No, the other one was, just a question around subscription. Akshay, Pavan wants to know the details, so I will get to that.
So Pavan, please contact us at support. So what I want to share with you is an upcoming webinar that we're going to have. It is an invitation-only event where we will introduce one of the really exciting products that we've been working on. I mean, this to me, I seriously get, hair on the back of my neck rises when I sort of think about this. It is genuinely, genuinely exciting. So what we have done is we have taken some of the best signals from InvestorAi. We have packaged them into pre-made, pre-constructed portfolios. We have two portfolios, value investing and momentum. And they are really high alpha signals. So we have created high alpha portfolios. Okay, and these, we have put them, they have been working live since the 20th of April. So it's now over 2 months old. We want to test it for a sufficient period before we release it for public. It is not yet released for public, but what I would like to do is to give a preview to our subscribers. So this will be an invitation-only event, intended only for our subscribers. So I would encourage you to subscribe between now and then. I think it's going to happen not next Saturday, but Saturday after, so 2 weeks from now. We would love, and I will show you how this thing works. I will show you how we have calculated. I will show you the returns. I will show you how to compare, how to backtest, and what are the constituent parts, how quickly does it rebalance, how you can use it. There's a ton of stuff that is going on around this. And just to give you a little teaser, I told you we went live with this on the 20th of April internally. And during this period, which is what, 8 weeks, 9 weeks that we've been live, the benchmark is up, I think 9% or 9.5%, but our portfolio, Sarthak, I think is up 42%, right?
Yeah, 44, 45.
Yeah.
It is stunning level of returns. And, it just shows you that a very disciplined, regular rebalancing driven by the machine using best possible signals can really produce magic. Now, I'll be the first to say that 2 months history is not enough to rely on. So please don't rely on that. But early signs are very, very exciting. We have a newborn child who is able to speak at 2 weeks old or 2 months old. So that is why we are super excited. We don't know if it's going to turn out to be an Einstein. Time will tell. But early signals are very encouraging. So watch this space, please.
And we all must be able to watch this child when you do this session that can speak in
I would love to have all of you, but we're going to open it up. The first one only
for subscribers. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And on that note, Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
Sarthak.
Yeah, I know. We have a separate group. We don't post a lot for our subscribers, but rest assured. Yesterday, from lab standpoint, I was discussing the number of projects that we're currently doing. So prepare for a lot of beta, guys. So you would be having beta access to new algos and a lot of the stuff.
Yeah,
So
you'll get early access to so many things.
Yeah.
So lots of exciting things coming this way.
Thank you, Sarthak. Thank you, Akshay. I'm sure we already see we have over 25 to 30 people from this webinar who've already joined our Telegram group. They're already there and they're asking us questions there as well. So we will keep talking to you. But like Sarthak said, we have a premium InvestorAi premium group for subscribers, and there is a lot of discussion that happens there, and queries answered specifically for our subscribers, because you're also seeing a lot more insights. You're able to see so much more on the app, which is why the number of questions you will have, or discussions you want to have, will be much more. Coming back to the plan, and to answer the question that Pawan you had, you will have access on the India plan. And these numbers that you see here is a 15% discount that we have on the quarterly and annual plan. And that is specifically for all of you who join us on the webinar. There is a code that we will show you, and you use that code actually to get your unique offer that you're seeing here. A lot of our subscribers tell us that it's just 2 or 3 trades and they've made their annual subscription amount. So we're not saying it. These are subscribers telling us that. So you must try us out. All of you who have come in new today and join and register to the app, you have a 2-week free trial, but really make the most of that, because that's where you really see everything. Post that, you again go back to one insight, just one sample insight per algo. And, so the power is really in this next 2 weeks. And come back, watch these videos. They're all up on YouTube. The code, for you to register on the app and get that, the discount, the subscription discount, 15% is WBNR18. You can get this directly from your app, or you can even come onto our website, www.investorai.co.uk. If you have any questions, it's support@bridgeweave.com. We're waiting to talk to you, but we also have our Telegram group. And, we just finished with this webinar, but we literally dive into that group. So let's keep the conversation going, and hope to see you all next week. Can we have the rating question up, please, of the webinar, Prabs, the poll? If you could just very quickly tell us what you thought of the webinar, and we will, love to, do more. And next week will be swing trades. We'll dive into that in detail like we did. So thank you so much. Thank you, Arun, for your comment. I just saw that coming in. And see you all very soon next week, same time at 12:30 in the afternoon. Stay safe, and bye from the InvestorAi Academy. See you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.